Hello and welcome to this special CTN production featuring the Home for Generations 2 program. I'm Stephanie Ring. Today we're going to show you how 3 families turned their remodeling ideas into reality thanks to some hard work, creativity, and an incentive program through the city of Coon Rapids. The program is called Home for Generations 2 and it provides grants to homeowners who are willing to invest in large home improvement projects. To qualify for the program, your home must be at least 20 years old and the improvements must be valued at $35,000 or more. Projects that qualify include adding living space, major remodels such as kitchen and bathroom remodels, exterior improvements, and moving or removing walls to change the layout of the space. Grants up to $5,000 are available and there are also rebates on building permit fees. You can also receive a low-cost consultation with an architect, which is a requirement of the program. Over 60 homeowners have applied to take part in the program already, and there's still grant money available.
There are no income limits for this program, and we are hoping that the Home for Generations 2 program will give people the incentives that they need and the motivation they need to actually pursue these really large remodeling projects.
To learn more about the Home for Generations 2 program, check out the city's website at coonrapidsmn.gov or call Kristen DeGrand at 763-767-6517. Home for Generations 2 is designed to encourage private investment. It's the second phase of the original Home for Generations program. That program started in 2009. The city purchased 5 vacant homes, hired a contractor to remodel them, and then showcased the homes to the community. The goal was to show people how affordable and easy remodeling can be. By offering open house events before, during, and after construction, over 8,000 people were able to see the remodeling changes, gaining valuable ideas and inspiration for their own remodels. Now, with financial incentives from the city, many homeowners are deciding it's an offer too good to refuse. The first family you're about to meet lives in a prime location on Crooked Lake, but their house was simply too small. They had been thinking about remodeling for a couple years, and when they heard about the city's new program, it was just the spark they say they needed to bring their ideas to life. Alyssa Hollenbeck introduces us to the Knutson family.
When Joe and his 2 children became a family of 6 with the addition of Beth and her 2 children, their 1959 walkout Rambler simply did not have enough space.
We moved in, April of 2012, and we had already converted, there was a den downstairs. We converted that into a bedroom so that each child had their own bedroom, but then that took away our den, obviously, and so we affectionately called our house the 5-bedroom apartment.
The family had already contacted several contractors to begin designing their remodel when they heard about the Home for Generations 2 program at the Andover Home Show and knew this was the spark that they were waiting for.
By the time we decided we wanted to add on and do it this way, this was just kind of that kickstart, like, okay, well,
here's this program, let's do it now. It's a grant and
financial, incentive. So
yeah. The Knutsons chose Brad Lawrence of Legacy Property Solutions as their contractor. Brad had recently completed a similar remodel to his own Crooked Lake home.
And Joe had stopped in and he said, I've been watching what you're doing and I really mind if I take a look. I was like, absolutely. And he says, I'm going to want to do this. And then about 2 years later, after lots of rewrites with the plans and getting financing together, we started in August.
The Knutsons' new space includes a living room on the upper level of the home just off the kitchen, a new family room and bathroom in the basement, a master suite complete with a walk-in closet, a mudroom off the garage featuring storage space and lockers for each of the 4 children, and a bonus room for the kids above the new 3-car garage.
Everybody that we've worked with, we've recommended to people.
The family's multi-room addition doubled the size of their home, adding nearly 2,500 square feet, an investment that Joe and Beth say was well worth it.
We've actually had a lot of fun with the process. We've really enjoyed really every part of it.
Throughout the process, the Knutsons were surprised just how easy it was to use the Home for Generations 2 program.
And it wasn't like there were things that, we have to do this in addition to this to get this. I mean, it was all stuff we were going to do anyway. And so it's just, it's great. It's as easy as you hope it is.
So happy with the experience they had with the program and the overall remodeling process, the Knutsons decided to open up their home to the public as part of the first ever Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour.
Coon Rapids is such a nice area. We love our elementary school. We love the lake. There are so many pluses. And so if coming here and walking around our house gives somebody an idea and they decide to stay here and keep their family here, then that's why we did it.
Over 350 visitors toured the Knutsons' home and had the chance to talk with the family and the contractor about their experience with the Home for Generations 2 program.
Definitely talk to the contractors and definitely the homeowners for the simple reason I want their opinion.
Brad Lawrence of Legacy Property Solutions agrees that this tour and the program itself is a unique opportunity for Coon Rapids homeowners and the community as a whole.
It's something that's good for the community. It helps keep people in their homes. I mean, I think you want to keep a population stable, and having people live in a neighborhood longer than 5 years, it really changes the dynamic, and it creates a community that you actually know your neighbors, and you're more apt to invest in the community you live in.
Thanks, Alyssa, for that report. Now, the Knutsons received the full amount of grant money, $5,000, because their remodeling included both interior and exterior improvements. They also received rebates on their building permit fees. The next home we're about to feature is owned by the Hausner family. John and Jillian purchased their split-entry home 10 years ago, and they had every intention of fixing up the exterior and finishing the basement. But life got busy, and those improvements never happened. With 2 growing children, they realized they needed more space, and it was the Home for Generations 2 program that helped them jumpstart their plans. Steve Antis has more.
We've had, I think, over 200 people walk through the house already.
I think the remodeling is fantastic. It is beautiful. The flooring is gorgeous. The work that's done is really nice.
It's been nice to hear people say that it looks good and that we did a good job, because we did put a lot of hard work into it.
Jillian and John Hausner are thrilled with their newly finished space. Opening up their home to visitors on the first ever Coon Rapids home remodeling tour, John Hausner said all of the credit for the work goes to his wife, Jillian.
It was something that we knew we had to spend the money on the house. The projects that we did were, lined up nicely with the expectations of the program.
Jillian Hausner received the city's flyer about the Home for Generations program in the mail back in 2013 and knew it was a program they couldn't pass up.
So when we saw that flyer and the incentive of that potential $5,000 back as a rebate, it was just a swift kick in the butt that we needed to get going.
The Hausners had a vision of what they wanted to do when they first moved in back in 2003. Replacing old windows and siding was on the list, as well as finishing the basement. This photo shows the original masonite siding, which was over 20 years old, and the windows were old and rotting away.
They wouldn't open. We were losing a lot of heat and air through them through the winter and summer.
After they applied for the Home for Generations 2 program, the Hausners hired contractor David Darling to handle all of the exterior work.
What we have done here is everything came out. The windows are custom sized, everything new went in, it's all vinyl, and so what they have is basically a window just like they built a new home.
All the doors and windows were replaced with energy efficient ones, and they even updated the exterior of the home, adding shake siding.
They were happy with it, we were happy with the way it looks. It has good curb appeal.
To tackle the basement finishing, they met with an architect, which is required through the Home for Generations program, who helped them plan out the space. A new bedroom was built for their daughter, another bedroom was built for their son, and a bathroom and family room was added to round out the living space.
The electrical was fun for me because I did that while I was in college.
They hired a contractor to come in and do the drywall, but otherwise John and Jillian did a majority of the work themselves, including the mechanical work.
And when we had the sheetrock done, I did all the painting and priming and got all that done.
In the end, the Hausners added 660 square feet of living space to their home. Now they have a fully modern 4-bedroom, 2-bath home that will take them far down the road of life.
The curb appeal of the house is much, much better than it used to be.
The Hausners spent just over $45,000 to remodel their home. They got back $5,200 from the city, which included half of the permit fees. John and Jillian love their 4-bedroom, 2-bath home and say they plan to live in it for many years. I'm Steve Antis reporting.
Thanks, Steve. Our next homeowner purchased her home knowing it would need improvements, but she wasn't afraid of the challenge. Elora Ukofia jumped right in, started making improvements, and now she has the home she always wanted.
I wanted to see the house because it has a kitchen and bathroom remodel.
Elora Ukofia's new kitchen has everything she always wanted. New custom cabinets, granite countertops, and tile backsplash make for a modern space.
I love it.
Elora was able to make the improvements thanks to the Home for Generations 2 program. She received $5,000 in grant money and rebates on her building permit fees, which helped offset some of the cost to make her remodeling dreams come true.
They just were very helpful, very straightforward process, You know, it was all documented very well, so you knew just what you had to go through to get there. And they always returned my phone calls when I had questions, you know, which was key to getting things started.
Elora consulted with Scott Ricks of Willett Remodeling and Construction. Together, they created the updated look and features of the heart of the home, the kitchen.
All custom cabinetry. We have all clear alder with the cherry stain. And hardware, as you can see, it's all soft close, everything. Pull-outs, which these are a great upgrade. Full extension. They come all the way out.
Along with the kitchen updates, Willett Remodeling and Construction created a new entryway, complete with a new banister, railings, and flooring. Outside, new siding, shakes, and stone give the home a new look and added protection, an enhancement that Elora says was long overdue. The upstairs bathroom also has new tile along with new paint and hardware for the vanity. And all of the woodwork in the home was painted white to freshen up the look. Here's a look at the exterior of the home before and after. The kitchen before and after. And the entryway before and after. Elora financed the remodeling project through the Coon Rapids Mortgage Assistance Foundation. She borrowed $50,000 at a low fixed interest rate of 4.5%. The low interest financing, combined with the grant money, offered the perfect incentive for Elora to start her remodeling projects sooner rather than later.
I have a tendency to shy away from government programs because there's usually a lot of red tape. But this was probably the easiest money that I've ever been able to secure. And I've owned 2 or 3 homes before this one.
Elora says she would highly recommend the Home for Generations 2 program to others and hopes that her remodeling project can inspire other homeowners to make their own remodeling dreams come true.
It looks similar to the house that I live in, the style, and so I thought if they could remodel a house that looks like mine, maybe they could remodel mine.
I think key is finding the right contractor, finding a contractor that you can work with, you know, that's going to listen to you, and that's also reputable and is going to follow through on what they say they're going to do and when they're going to do it is key.
Elora also received the maximum amount of grant money of $5,000 and rebates on her building permit fees. Well, that takes us to the end of this tour of 3 homes that were remodeled through the City of Coon Rapids Home for Generations 2 program. In case you missed it at the top of the show, Home for Generations 2 is a program that provides financial incentives to homeowners looking to do large home improvement projects, everything from exterior improvements to major kitchen and bathroom remodels. The program, implemented by the Coon Rapids City Council just a year ago, has already generated strong interest in the community, with over 60 homeowners signing up to participate in the program.
The primary focus is to fix up homes. But we are giving larger incentives to those homeowners that think about not only just the inside of their house, but also the outside of their house, because the outside curb appeal does really impact and affect the entire neighborhood.
To learn more about the program, check out the city's website at coonrapidsmn.gov or call Kristen DeGrand at 763-767-6517. This brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching Home for Generations 2, Ideas and Inspiration. Happy remodeling!